We have another young man. His name is Ezekiel. Anointed of God, equally as anointed. But Ezekiel, his entire life, his training is for the priesthood. He comes out of a priestly home. But after Abilosa, the father of Nebuchadnezzar, dies, he sends Nebuchadnezzar back to fight the Egyptians and the Assyrians. So on the way back, they go through Israel. And they pick up these boys, these young men who can be great Babylonians one day. And they pick up this young man named Ezekiel. And said, we're taking you back, Zeke. We're going to make you a priest in Babylon. And God changes the mantle over his life and the anointing over his life and says, I know your entire life you've been trained to be a priest. And that would have worked if you would have stayed where you were. But because of where you're at, you need a different anointing. And he anoints him to be a prophet. Not to the Babylonians, but to Israel. Daniel's talking to the Babylonians. He's talking to the Mede Persians. He's talking to the Assyrians. But Ezekiel, he's going to deal with church folk. You read the book of Ezekiel, it's like, man, this don't make no sense. The whole book is a prophetic illustrated sermon. I mean, right from jump, he's taken to Chebar. And his tongue, God tells him, I'm going to tie you up, and you're not going to be able to move, and I'm going to have your tongue stick to the roof of the mouth. God, why? Because you are a representation of this whole group of people. This whole group of people, my people, which are called by my name, who would not humble themselves. My people have now become tied up and voiceless. Though they think they got it all together and they have a lot to say, but what they're saying isn't touching anybody's ears or hearts. And Ezekiel's sitting here like, for 7 days. And what's worse, he's at Chebar, which is an epicenter of sin and debauchery. Here's this kid raised in a priestly home, never exposed to this stuff. And here it is all in front of him. And he can't run and he can't say anything. And God did it. And I wish it got better. The next chapter, 4, don't worry, I'm not going through them all. Yeah, somebody just grab their Bible like, how many chapters we got in Ezekiel? Lord, help this guy. I'm getting somewhere. Just try. I can be one person and one person only, and that is me. I can't be somebody else. God didn't create me to be somebody else, but he created me to be a pretty good me. And I learned when I got comfortable in my own skin, then God could finally use me. When you quit trying to be a cheap copy of somebody else, God can begin to bless you and anoint you and use you. But while you're trying to be who he never created you to be,